In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 10 perfumes that I've purchased in the past that looking back now, I totally regret that I ever bought them. So pretty much I wasted my money on these so that you don't have to. If you're thinking about any one of these, maybe I can de-influence you, if you will. Now, none of these perfumes are currently in my collection for obvious reasons. I've decluttered every single one of them. I don't like keeping perfumes that I even slightly remotely don't like in my perfume collection. I declutter perfumes that I absolutely love. So you can imagine the perfumes that I even slightly dislike are going to leave my collection very, very fast. Some of these I actually liked for the time that I had them. I may have even used some of them a few times and thoroughly enjoyed them, but now looking back, I am just regretful that I ever bought them because obviously they left my collection at some point and I just didn't end up really using them as much as I thought I would. Sometimes you go into buying things and you hype them up so much, like I'm gonna wear this all the time and it's so good and it's so unique and blah, 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 and then it ends up just sitting there in your collection, collecting dust. My first regret is the Paris Corner Caramel Cascade. Now, this perfume came out kind of when the whole craze of Bianco Latte was kind of going on, and I believe this came out first. Then they came out with the Lattafa Eclair. And the reason why I now regret buying this is because I actually really tried to like Caramel Cascade when I first got it, and people were saying, you know, you have to let the perfume macerate to really like it, because at first, and I definitely found this too, when I first sprayed it out, I was confused because I thought it was gonna be that delicious gourmand like Bianco Latte, but when I first smelled it, all I got was Dr. Pepper. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give this a month or two and see if it gets better. And I will say it did get better, but it still wasn't great. I could still smell that weird Dr. Pepper scent in there. There was just a weird spice. I don't know, I didn't like it. But shortly after that, Eclair from Lattafa came out and I ended up purchasing that. Eclair was one of those perfumes where you didn't even need to let it macerate to get better. It was just good right off the bat. So I ended up decluttering Caramel Cascade, and now if I could go back, I definitely would have never bought Caramel Cascade. But then again, I didn't know that Eclair was gonna come out, so it's like I didn't know something better was just around the corner. So if I could save you the money, save your money if you're thinking about purchasing a nice gourmand that is considered a dupe for Bianco Latte, then go for Eclair from Lattafa instead of Caramel Cascade. Another Arab fragrance that I do regret buying is Shaga Oud from Swiss Arabian. This scent was honestly super unique. I definitely found why it got a lot of hype. It's one of the more popular perfumes, Arab perfumes, but to me, I just could not get past how strong the oud was in it. Now, obviously I should have known that going in. It's literally called Shaga Oud, and a lot of reviewers did harp on the fact that it is a strong oud scent, but I purchased it anyway because there was just so much hype and people were making it sound so good. And I can't say that it was bad. It was just a little too strong even for me. I like strong scents, but it was too strong of oud and just way too strong of a scent overall. That perfume you could smell from outer space, and even though I like me a good strong scent, that just was too strong. Next up, I totally regret getting Princess from Killian. Not only is this perfume very expensive, but I did not like it. Now, looking back when I got this scent is because I absolutely loved the older formulation back when it looked like this. This Princess was so much better. This is supposed to be like this spicy marshmallow kind of perfume, and I remember smelling that packaging of it and absolutely loving it, but it was out of stock, and it was out of stock for a long time, and a few months later it was finally back in stock, but it had a different look. It looked like this now, and I was like, oh, so excited, I have to go get it. I went and bought it, and I liked it initially, or maybe I was convincing myself that I liked it, but there was always something a little off. I'm like, this does not smell exactly like the other one. It was lighter, and the worst thing about it was the longevity. I could not get past it. When it comes to an affordable scent, I can get past longevity if it's not too great because I can overspray and do kind of like my little tips and tricks. But if a over $200 perfume doesn't last me for more than 5 minutes, I'm not gonna work with that. And that was kind of the case for me with Princess. It was just, it felt really, really watered down from the original that I had smelled, which I definitely smelled the marshmallow and it had that addictive, sexy quality. I just didn't get any of that in the reformulation. So in hindsight, going back now, I would have never purchased Killian Princess. My next regret was getting Cosmic 2.0. Now, a lot of perfumes that I get, especially new releases, I do get them to review for you guys. So that was kind of my driving factor for getting this perfume. But now looking back, I wish I would have just stuck with the OG Cosmic because it's the best one. In my opinion, the 2.0, there was not that much of a difference to the original, and the little difference that it did have, I did not like. It felt more floral. It didn't have a lot of the warmth that the OG has, which I really liked in it. And also from all the marketing, I thought that it was gonna be like a stronger version. I got a lighter version. So overall, not worth it. My next regret was purchasing Fleur Majesty from Kayali. Now, I'm usually a big lover of Kayali scents, but there's gonna be hit or miss in every brand, and this was a miss for me. Now, this was only a miss for me. I feel like this was probably such a good scent, especially if you didn't have these other perfumes that I'm gonna talk about, but this to me smelled like a little bit of a lighter version and maybe more floral version of Givenchy Irresistible, which you guys know I talk about Irresistible so much on my channel. It's one of my favorite scents. It's one of my most top complimented scents, and I just love it because it has this juicy sweet pear. It's a nice balance of that fruitiness, but it still has florals, but nothing is outweighing anything else. Whereas with Fleur Majesty, I felt like it did have a little bit of that tangy pear scent, but it was kind of overpowered by the florals. A lot of people also kind of said that this was a dupe for Delina. I kind of got that in there. It was like a little mashup of Irresistible and Delina. So the only reason why this was a regret for me is because I have both Irresistible and Delina. So I didn't really feel like I needed a mix of them both. I'd rather just use the ones I have. So yeah, I thought it was gonna be like a really pretty floral, and I was excited to smell a floral from Kayali because Kayali does a lot of more sweet scents. So this was kind of a different scent for them, but it was just really repetitive for me, so I personally regret it for that reason. This next perfume was one of the most disappointing perfumes I've ever got. From the moment that I smelled it, I was just like, what is this? And that was the Define Me Barbie perfume. This came out, I think, when the Barbie movie came out, and Barbie movie merch was insane. If you guys remember when the movie came out, it was everywhere. It was crazy. Barbie was literally everywhere. So you can imagine being somebody that loves Barbies. I grew up with Barbies. It's so nostalgic to me. And I've made videos on my channel talking about Barbie perfumes. I was really excited about this scent being an actual authentic Barbie perfume, and that was not what it was at all. Also, I purchased that perfume on Amazon when it first came out, and I'm so annoyed because it has gone down in price. I paid over $15 more at that time when I bought it, which was I think like a couple years ago now, and now it's $50. It was $65 when I got it plus tax, and now it's $50, so I didn't like that. But I guess it's good for anybody buying it now. I just don't recommend that you buy it though. This was the cheapest, most watered down, just fruity body spray literally ever. Like, even though $50, okay, it's not that much, it's not super high up, I would consider it more of an affordable-ish fragrance. It's not worth it to me. You can get any body spray for $5 that smells more rich and luxe than that actual perfume. It was just straight up fruity body spray. So it was just like the biggest disappointment ever. If you want a true Barbie scent, get Stella McCartney Pop and thank me later. The next disappointment was Glossier U Flur. All of the new flankers for Glossier U have been total duds for me. I've tried Fleur, they had Dew, that they have Rev. Didn't like any one of them. But the Glossier U Flur was one that I was actually kind of excited to get, and I actually did purchase. And with this scent, when I got it, it was confusing to me because I didn't know if I liked it or not. I was just like somewhere in the middle, and I never understood if I liked it or not. The reason why I didn't love this, and now looking back I totally regret it, is because there was no sweetness, which it's called Glossier U Flur. Obviously it was not meant to be a sweet scent, but there was no warmth at all. I usually like a little warmth in my scent. There was no warmth, and also it was so sour and tangy, and I just don't like super sour perfumes when there isn't any sort of warmth involved, and to me this felt strictly sour and tangy, and I did not like that. It didn't stand out to me. It was boring, so decluttered. Speaking of Glossier U flankers though, I did see that they have a new one. Let me see what it's called. I think it's like this tropical one. I just screenshotted it because I want to make a video. It's called Use Swah. It's supposed to be a creamy solar blend. I don't know if it's out yet, but I saw an ad come up, so I want to smell it, but considering I've been disappointed in like all the other Glossier U flankers, I don't know at this point. My next disappointment was Ariana Grande Pink Suede. This perfume, I was really excited about this because it was definitely like a departure from her usual more younger scents, but I actually love her younger scents. Like Ari, Sweet Like Candy, and all those scents, they were always incredible to me. And even though, yeah, okay, maybe they were a little juvenile, I didn't care. I loved them all. But this was supposed to be like a more mature version, it felt like, which was nice. And I did like it for a little bit, but it didn't stand out in my collection because it was kind of similar to Cosmic, the OG Cosmic, and I prefer Cosmic. So yeah, it was similar to Cosmic, but I love Cosmic. I have Cosmic. So looking back, I would have never purchased that scent knowing what I know now. This next one, I kept this perfume in my collection for a while because I really did like it. I really did enjoy it. I got a lot of compliments on it, but I eventually decluttered it because there came a point where I was not using it for a long period of time. And then I got Jean Paul Gaultier Divine, and that just completely overtook Mugler Alien Goddess. Looking back, I regret getting Alien Goddess because I much more prefer Divine from Jean Paul Gaultier. I feel like it just gives me a little bit more. It's sexier, it's a little creamier. And while Goddess was not bad, I mean, it was especially bad in the time for when it came out as a flanker and it didn't have any alien DNA whatsoever. It was just so basic. There's a lot of disappointment there, but like as a scent on its own, not talking about it being a flanker, as a scent on its own, it was fine. It was nice. It was not the most unique thing in the world, but it was nice. In hindsight now, I'm like, I don't care for it at all and I don't miss it. Ever since it went out of my collection, I haven't thought about it once. And I think Jean Paul Gaultier Divine is a million times better, but still the same type of scent profile. My last disappointment in this top 10 was Ellis Brooklyn Guava Granita. I am always on the hunt for a nice sweet banana perfume, and although this was kind of advertised as that, I mean it had banana in the notes, I thought it was going to be sweet banana deliciousness with guava. It was not that at all. It wasn't even guava. The banana and the guava you got for literally 2 seconds in the opening, and then immediately after that it was just a basic sunscreen coconut basic summer perfume that we literally have thousands if not millions at this point. So it was extremely basic and boring. The fact that it just didn't have much banana in it was the biggest flop for me. So yeah, those are all my top 10 perfumes that I absolutely regret, and looking back now, I would have never purchased. But you live and you learn. I'm probably gonna have more regrets going forward. It just comes with the territory of being a fragrance reviewer and purchasing a lot of fragrances. Those are my regrets, and if I could save you the money on these fragrances, then that's great. And definitely get the alternatives that I talked about if you want better scents for some of these. But that is it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and turn post notifications on, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!